Hey guys, it's a little after 8 or going on 9, I should say. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. Um, I wanted to come on here on this 3rd of Monday, June, 3rd of June, I should say, which is Monday, 2024. And yeah, it's been an interesting weekend, I will say that. Um, we had the Patterson Apricot Fiesta, 52nd edition. And it was fun. It was real fun. I will say this. One thing that the Fiesta has learned is the fact that they need, and I think they learned this by having their attendees, their workers, their volunteers, their sponsors, if you will. I think they learned this by basically having them, go and visit other fairs and festivals around the region. Like we got the Stanislaus County Fair coming up, Stanislaus County Fair coming up here, which is one of the biggest in the region. We have the California State Fair happening in the Folsom, Sacramento area soon. So obviously they took what they gathered from going to events like that and other events, and they said, hey, these festivals, these fiestas, these fairs, they have ATMs and everything. They have ATMs, so hey, maybe we should do that ourselves. And obviously that's what they're doing. They're basically saying, hey, let's put some ATMs out there for folks to use. Now, difference though is the BMO that I just came from only charges $3.50, just like most ATMs from other banks do. But these non-bank associated ATMs, especially when it comes to the fairs or fiestas, they cost a lot more. These things cost about, I would say, $6 surcharge to get money out. That's what these were at the Epcot. It was like, whoa, wait a minute, what? $6. Yep, that's what it was. And what was interesting is they had them placed in areas where people can get access to them, to use them. But they had to deal with the glare. One area they had them in, which was near the the lunch area, the bench area with the canopy built over it, if you will, which is the Lion Club's area, as they call it. That was, that had its ATM positioned in such a way that you couldn't even see, what the surcharge was going to be. Because the sun would be, reflecting. But the other ones, because they had 4 of these, they had 2 over there in that area, and then 2 near the stage area, and the stage area was more shaded. So at least people that would use them again will be like, yeah, we'll go to the more shaded areas. That way we see what we're doing. Anyway, that's a lesson they took from there. That's a lesson they took from there. And then after that, we had a good time. We were with family on Saturday. Just about every family. Couldn't come because of where they live, and some didn't want to come because they really don't want to associate with Patterson that much. I mean, even though they do come over and visit, they don't really like to associate with Patterson that much when it comes to, these kind of events and everything. But it was fun. It was a fun weekend. I got a few items, of course, as you've probably seen, or I will show you over time. But I did get some items, But one thing that kind of brought it down a little bit is we had a wildfire in Coral Hollow, or at least Coral Hollow Road, or around that area, near Tracy, the south end of Tracy. It was a wildfire, basically a grass fire, a major one, to the point that it was burning, just like acres, just spreading, if you will. Now, thankfully, it's been contained, but it got so bad that they had to shut down I-580, eastbound, and everything, affecting people. And it even got to the point that not only did they have to shut that down, they had to detour them through Tracy. And my mom's like, well, thank goodness I'm off today, because she asked for today off. But then she's like, well, if it's like this on Tuesday, I ain't going, And she means that. She usually means that if it happens. But right now, it does look like they've cleared it up. Everything's better. But it was so bad to the point that we had ash coming down to the point that you could see. You could literally see, what had burnt and everything. You could literally see that. And that's like, whoa. That'll stop you in your tracks. Like, whoa, I didn't expect, it to be that bad and everything. But outside of that, everything was okay. Except for me on Sunday when I started to have a bloody nose, and apparently a vessel popped. In other words, I may have, scratched the nose right here or something, and might have, accidentally opened up a vessel. So yeah, it was crazy, and it was a gusher. I mean, I did everything my mom said: put the head down, squeeze the nose. But it was a gusher. It was a gusher. And finally, it did stop, thank the Lord, just as we got to the Fiesta. But man, it was one of those to where when you hit an artery or you hit a vein, it's not going to stop until it decides to. And the last time that happened to me, was a decade ago when we were at Venture Christian Church, and I was just gushing. So that's what happened. And this time around, may have had to contribute to the wildfire and everything as well. But outside of that, after yesterday, we went to my niece's to have a barbecue with her and her fiance. And that was about it. So not really much going on outside of that. Just wanted to let you guys know what happened over the weekend. Outside of what happened the week, I'll probably talk about the week tomorrow when I have the place to myself. But right now, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to get me and my mom some breakfast, because I promised her I'd do that. After I go and deposit my money into the ATM, that is. I almost forgot. I'm here to do that as well. So let me know what your thoughts are, though, guys, and I will talk to y'all later.